On day 1, I spawned in as a little baby lion, and I only had 5 hearts as a lion cub, so I had to make sure I was careful. But I knew one day, I would be a big, strong lion. I also noticed that I was sort of fast. This is so cool. While rolling around in the sand, I was suddenly greeted by a snake. It slithered its way towards me and began attacking me. Oh no, what do I do? Roar! I guess I wasn't very intimidating as a cub because the snake continued attacking me. I ran away and soon I rejoined my pride. The snake hastily slid away from me as he knew he was no match for my father, the king of the lions.
Zico, you must be more careful. There are creatures out there who want us dead.
You're right, Dad. I'm sorry. And I promise I'll be more careful. I looked at the rest of my pride and noticed there were some other lion cubs, friends. As night came, so did coyotes, and our pride was under attack. The lions started fighting them off, and I wanted to help too. Take that! But my health quickly went down, and I realized I was no match for them. Thankfully though, my dad chimed in and scared them all off. It had been a long first day, so I found a nice comfy spot in the sand, and I went to sleep. On day 2, I knew that if I wanted to survive the scary desert and prove myself as a courageous lion, I was gonna need some weapons and tools to defend myself. I began chopping down some trees where I made a wooden pickaxe. I then mined some stone until I was able to make a stone pickaxe, axe, and sword. After all of that mining, I was getting super hungry. I noticed some rabbits in the distance, and I decided to test out how sneaky I could be. I slowly snuck up to them, and then I pounced. That was so much fun, and this meat tastes so good. Nom 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 nom. Back at my pride's home, another lion cub approached me.
Hi, I'm Maya. You want to sneak away with me? I want to show you the elephant graveyard.
Huh? The elephant graveyard? What's that?
Come on, I'll show ya. Don't be a wuss.
I don't know. We shouldn't sneak away from our parents.
It'll be fine.
Ugh, okay. This definitely feels a bit like peer pressure though. I followed Maya across the desert plains, and eventually we reached the elephant's graveyard. I was really scared, but Maya wasn't. Amongst the skull and bones of the elephants, I saw a face. It was a hyena. Then there were 2, and then 3. I backed up against a large elephant ribcage. There was nowhere else to go.
Hello, children. What a lovely surprise.
Hello?
Free food? I didn't even place an order. I should have you with a side of salad. Good one, boss.
Who are you?
I am Samuel, leader of the hyenas.
It was nice meeting you, but I really think we should get going now.
Going? You won't be going anywhere. Boys, get them.
Maya and I ran for our lives. I could feel my heart beating super fast and my legs were really hurting, but I couldn't stop. I continued running as fast as I could, but the hyenas were catching up. Suddenly, I heard a different kind of footsteps. The Lion King jumped and attacked the hyenas. They were crushed by my father's power. The hyenas turned on their back legs and ran away.
You both need to be more aware of the dangers out there. The world is a tough place.
Thank you, Dad, for saving us. I felt so bad. I knew we shouldn't have gone, but the thrill of adventure was just too persuasive.
I'll always protect you, even if it's the last thing I do. But in the future, stay within the Pride's watch. I can't lose you. I can't lose any of you.
I can't lose you too, Dad. I walked over to the Pride, lied down, and closed my eyes. Day 2 had been insane, and I was ready for a good night's sleep. On day 3, I woke up moments before the sunrise. It was beautiful. Oh, rabbit. The rabbit looked so scrumptious. I glanced around, and no one else was awake. I wanted to chase it, eat it. But I remembered my dad's words from last night. Stay within the Pride's watch. No one was awake though, so I got up and crept towards the rabbit. It noticed me and started hopping away, so I sprinted after it. Come here, rabbit. After a super long chase, I finally got my chance to eat the little bunny. Nom nom nom. It went down like a treat, and then I heard it. It was a different roar to normal. It sounded worse. It sounded evil. I knew my pride was in danger. I sprinted back as fast as I could, but my paws kept sliding into the sand. Suddenly, there was no sand, and I was falling. Ow! I had fallen from a small sand dune and lost 2 whole hearts. I had to get back on my feet. Ow! I limped towards my family. Ow! When I got home, I witnessed terrible things. My pride was in full battle with the hyenas, and a lion. He was different from all the lions that I knew. He looked like he had been consumed by something dark. I heard a familiar scream. It was Maya. Where is she? I then noticed her being dragged away by a hyena. I didn't know what to do. I was terrified. But I crushed down all my fears into a little ball. I charged into battle, but I was too late. The king, my dad, had fallen into the hands of this evil lion. His eyes stared at me.
I am king. Bow down to me, King Fang.
No, I will never bow down. I turned and ran as fast as my little legs would carry me. They didn't chase me, and I kept running. I had to get as far away as possible from the beast that had stolen my life. I needed to find shelter before all the bad things came out to eat me. I quickly found a small cave and covered up the entrance with dirt for protection. I needed sleep if I were to survive on my own. On days 4 through 7, I was woken up by a weird noise. Ah, who's there?
Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. I'm Steven the Spider.
Hi, Steven. Are you okay? You seem a little stressed.
A bat has infested these caves, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't petrified by it.
You want me to get rid of it?
If you wouldn't mind, I could give you something in return.
Okay, I'll try my best. Could I borrow some string from you? The spider pulled 8 pieces of string from nowhere. My mouth dropped. I was so impressed. I think if I can make a net with some sticks and string, I should be able to catch it. I crafted some sticks with the string. I turned it into a net. It was time to catch that bat. The bat was super fast and very annoying, but I knew I could do it, so I kept persevering. Eventually, I had caught the little creature, and he was now trapped inside the net. There you go, Steven. The bat is all yours.
Thank you, my kind child. You have saved me from months of sleepless nights. In repayment, take these emeralds and iron. They aren't any use to me, but they may be useful for you.
Thank you, Mr. Spider. See you around. On days 8 through 12, with the iron he had given me, I decided to craft an iron sword as well as a chest plate and pants. I also mined additional iron so that I could smelt it and craft boots and a helmet. I started out of the cave and wandered around the biome that I was currently in. I was in need of a new home since the evil lion had taken over mine, so I began collecting some wood to build one. I spent the rest of the day building my brand new house, fit for a prince. Hey, not too shabby. Still, I felt so empty, and I was all alone and sad. I missed my family, especially my dad. I cozied up on the floor and went to sleep. For days 13 through 16, I woke up feeling strange. My mane felt shaggier, my legs felt longer, I felt muscular, and I felt odd. I ran to the nearest water. I really needed a drink. When I saw my reflection, I realized I looked just like my father. I was all grown up and had 12 whole hearts. I was also super fast, faster than normal. I leaped across the river towards some sheep on the other side. I smashed them in with one strike, and they were dead. I didn't know what to do with my new power. I felt unbeatable. I started sprinting about, doing all types of things in my body that I couldn't do before. I leaped high, I sprinted fast, but I was also very clumsy. I wasn't used to my new limbs. I needed training really badly, but I didn't know who from. On days 17 through 22, I continued on with my new life. I was getting super hungry, but I was running out of food. So I went in search of something to eat, and to my delight, there were a herd of sheep just sitting on the plains nearby. I snuck up on them and pounced. I then gathered all their mutton and wool. I realized I could make a bed. Yay! No more sleeping on the cold floor for me. I ate the mutton raw, and it was delicious. Nom nom nom. When I got home, I noticed there was a little creature by my door. It was a platypus, but I couldn't eat a platypus, they're poisonous. Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Platypus, what can I do for you today?
It's Mr. Platypus. I was hoping to ask for your help. I need to cross the river, but I can't swim, you see. Could you help me build a bridge?
Yeah, of course, but aren't you a platypus? You definitely can swim.
Well, I don't want to.
Okay, then how far away is the river?
Just a few hundred blocks in that direction.
It was getting dark, so I didn't really want to help him, but I want to be someone my dad would be proud of, and it's the right thing to do. Okay, Mr. Platypus, I'll help you. I have a few blocks on me. It should be enough to get across the river. Show me the way.
Thank you so much. Such a generous creature you are.
I followed the platypus towards the river in the distance. It was slowly getting dark around us and my senses came to life. I could hear noises of bones rattling and zombies moaning, but I knew I must help this poor platypus. It's what my dad would do. When we reached the river, I noticed it wasn't too big. So I pulled a few wooden blocks out of my inventory and started building across the river. But on the other side, there was a crocodile. He started charging towards me, so I hopped into the water. But he of course followed me. He began biting down on me, trying to pull me under the water. But I was able to escape his grasp and make it to land, where he followed. I was stronger though, and I was able to kill it.
Wow, you are so brave. Only the Lion King would do something like that for someone they just met.
I didn't want to reply. It made me sad to think about my father, but I knew I had to be brave. I hope this is good enough to get across to the other side.
This is perfect, thank you. I owe you, my friend.
We parted ways and I headed back to my house. I was super tired and ready to fall asleep as soon as I got back to my nice, warm bed. On days 23 through 27, I decided that with some terracotta I had collected, I would create something absolutely epic in memory of my father. I then continued to explore the area where I eventually saw something moving in the distance. It was a wolf. Now, why would I do that? Do you know what way they went? I instantly started running towards the jungle, and there was one thing on my mind: revenge. Out of nowhere, another lion appeared, but it wasn't the evil lion. I recognized it. Her. It was Maya. She's alive. I can't believe it. Maya, you're alive. I barely recognize you. You look so grown up.
So do you. You've got so big and strong.
Thank you. I could feel myself blushing. How did you escape?
Well, it's a long story. I was captured by the hyenas and they were taking me away. But I don't know where they were taking me, so I panicked and I tried to escape. I bit the hyena and I ran for my life.
I'm so happy you're okay. Do you have a home? Because if you need a place to stay, you can stay with me.
Yes, that would be amazing. Do you have any food? I'm starving.
I grabbed a few pieces of raw mutton from my inventory and gave them to Maya. On days 28 through 33, Maya and I headed back home. As we walked back to my house, I felt so lucky. I finally wasn't alone and I got my friend back. I just couldn't believe Maya was still alive. We got back home and the sun was starting to set. It was strange not being alone. When we went to sleep, I felt safe for the first time in a while. I heard the noise of TNT being lit. I jumped out of bed and ran for the door. Maya didn't get up. Maya, run! The TNT exploded and my house exploded in one bright flash.
Fancy seeing you here, little one. Look at you all grown up and still inside. You are that little cub that ran away. Nothing but a chicken.
I'm gonna kill you for what you did.
You will try, but you will fail.
I ran at the evil lion, but when I got close, I realized I wasn't strong enough.
That's what I thought. You will never be king.
I opened my eyes on day 34. Thank Simba. It was a dream.
You were rolling in your sleep and making crying noises. I've been trying to wake you for ages.
I need to find him. I want to avenge everyone.
What are you talking about?
The evil lion. I can't let him rule the world.
When can we start?
After breakfast? I'm starving. We need to go hunting. We left the house, which I checked was still in one piece. Phew. I fancied some pork today, so we went to the plains and chased some pigs. It was a lot of fun feeling like a cub again. On days 35 through 39, we chilled in the plains and it was nice having an old friend back, even if she was a bit smelly. We played around and laughed tons. This break was much needed. We even found some other lions who had escaped Fang, so I welcomed them back to my house. Next, we decided to head into the caves. We needed to gather more resources if we were to survive. I was a bit scared of the caves, but I didn't want her to know that. I'm supposed to be courageous. In the caves, I found lots of iron and coal. I heard Maya calling for me, so I ran towards her. She had found diamonds. I was going to have to be smart about getting across. I carefully placed blocks into the lava. Careful, careful. But suddenly, I fell into the lava pool. Ow! Hot, hot! Thankfully, I got out in time, and my iron armor protected me from dying. I had reached the diamonds, so of course I mined them.
How many are there?
There ended up being 7 in total, so I decided to make a pickaxe and a sword. A bit later, Maya and I came across a monster spawner with a chest. Before I could open it, tons of zombies spawned. Hey, take that! I fought with them, but they were no match for me and my claws. They were all dead in no time. So I opened the chest, and inside there was lots of rotten flesh and mega jumpers? Wow. I put the mega jumpers on, and they let me jump even higher. These are so cool. In the other chest, there was more junk, and a sharpness 4 book. I would definitely be putting this on my sword. Fortunately, we made it out of the cave without dying, and I put the remaining diamonds in our chest safely. I began days 40 through 45 by smelting the iron I had found and crafting an anvil. I then added the sharpness book to my sword. Ooh, sparkly. I continued to gather lots of food, as well as resources for the statue, which was coming along great. I also expanded my house a bit for the lions who had joined us. We explored the area a bit and scouted the edge of the jungle. but we were somewhat nervous to go inside. The trees were so tall and everything was overgrown and dark. Anything could be lurking around the corner. My heart did a forward roll, and I was a bit nervous, but I couldn't let Maya down. Okay, Maya, tomorrow it is. Out of nowhere, we began to hear screams in the distance. So I told Maya to sit still, and I headed towards the sound. I realized the village was under attack by zombies. Although these were just humans, I still felt the desire to protect them. So I began attacking the zombies with my sharp teeth and claws. Roar! Leave them alone! Just when I thought I had killed them all, another much larger and mutant zombie began attacking me. I fought the mutant zombie, but he was super strong.
Zombie smash!
Just as I thought I was gonna die, a fox jumped in and began attacking it too. With his help, we were able to do some real damage to the mutant zombie. Soon enough, we had killed it. Whoa, thank you, but why did you decide to help me?
I've seen too much death lately. My family was killed by some hyenas and an evil lion.
Wait, are you sure?
Yes, the lion declared himself king and has been killing everyone who defies him.
I'm so sorry. He killed my family too. I want to take revenge on him, but I'm not really sure how.
Let me help you. I don't want to see any other lives destroyed at his hands.
I told the fox he was welcome to come to my home and stay there for a while we formulated a plan to defeat the lion. In the meantime, though, I approached the villagers to be sure they were okay. No problem. Some enchanted books wouldn't hurt. Wait, what? You just said... But I saved your life. These villagers were a bit stingy, but I remembered the 3 emeralds I had received from earlier. So I gave them to the trader, and he gave me 4 books in return. Whoa, these were all protection books. I feel like I kinda scammed him. That night I couldn't sleep. I was overthinking all the stuff that could possibly happen. I can't fear the worst. I closed my eyes and went to sleep. On days 46 through 51, I woke up feeling pretty good. I was very nervous about our adventure to the jungle. My stomach felt like it was full of butterflies. I didn't like it.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you? You look a bit scared.
Just a tad nervous.
Me too. Don't worry. We slowly walked into the jungle, step by step. I could hear so many different animals around me, the cracking of twigs. I couldn't wait for this day to end, and by the look of Maya's face, neither could she. I heard footsteps, but I couldn't see anything. Then, from behind a tree, I saw something. It looked like it was hiding from us. It was a monkey.
The prophecy.
What?
When the king's son enters the jungle, he is destined to be king.
Who are you? And how do you know me?
My king, do you not know?
Know what?
Your destiny?
No, I don't. What's your name?
My name matters not. You must be trained. The world cannot be left under his rule. Follow me.
I was very confused and not entirely sure I should be following this random monkey, but I did anyway. For days 52 through 56, we followed him through the jungle, and he was quite good at getting through the trees, whereas Maya and I, not so much. Eventually, we walked into another clearing. How did we not know this existed?
I will train you, but you must do exactly what I say. We will begin tomorrow at dawn.
Maya and I listened to the monkey. He was quite convincing, and then we went to sleep. For days 57 through 61, training had begun and I was shaken awake. Ugh, what time is it?
First, we will start with your senses. You'll catch this insect, but you must not kill it. You must use your senses to catch it without scaring it off or hurting it.
The monkey dropped me a net. I turned around and the monkey was gone. This is such an easy task. What's this monkey think of me? Does he think I can't do something as easy as catching a little insect? I went to grab the bug, but I missed. It completely jumped out of the way. Maybe the monkey was right. I needed to get control of my senses. For the rest of the day, I kept trying to catch the bug. Days went past. For days 62 through 67, the monkey came back. Where have you been?
Lesson 2. Patience. Instead of getting angry, focus and compose yourself.
I took a deep breath and I took my time. Finally, I caught the bug. Yay, I did it.
Lesson 3. You must complete this obstacle course. I will teach you all you need to know about your body and your power, and how high you can really jump.
I had to jump all the way to the end and collect the item that was in the chest. It looked easy, but I knew it wasn't gonna be. I tried and tried and tried. I was tired, but I kept persevering. And eventually, after days, I completed it. Inside the chest was a map.
The map will lead you to a weapon. A weapon of a true leader. One that will end the reign of your uncle.
My uncle? What are you talking about? It can't be.
It must be you who is to defeat him. Only his own blood can kill him. Find the weapon and build an army. It is in your hands now, child.
I know what I must do. Wait, what's your name?
I am Rami. Now go.
I felt a new level of responsibility, a weight on my shoulders, but it's for the greater good. For days 68 through 71, Mai and I looked at the map. It looked as if it was leading to a Nether fortress. This was going to be a whole new challenge, but we needed to do this. We were going to need obsidian for the portal, so Maya tasked me with going to the caves to collect that while she got flint. Why do I get the dangerous job? I crafted an iron bucket, collected some water, and I headed towards the caves. For days 72 through 76, I explored the caves, finding a pool of lava and mining the obsidian. Ugh, this sucks. Since I was already down here, I also decided to go ahead and collect as many diamonds as I could find. Since I spent a while down here, I ended up finding enough for a full set of armor. Nice! Whoever that was sounded terrifying. I turned around to see the scary monster. Yeah, I'll just be going over here if that's okay. Sorry. For days 77 through 79, I made my way back to Maya in the portal. I lit the portal, and just as we were about to step on the other side, a pack of hyenas approached us.
We found you! The king will be glad to know we killed you!
The hyenas hopped towards us, doing a ton of damage. I was worried Maya and I weren't strong enough, so I told her to hurry and jump into the portal. Thankfully, after teleporting, the hyenas didn't follow. I guess they were too scared of this place.
We have to make sure we remember where the portal is.
Right, it's by the lava? We laughed before setting on our dangerous quest for this weapon. On days 80 through 84, we made our way to the fortress. Following the directions on the map, there was tons of lava though, so we had to be careful. Eventually, we made it to the fortress. I didn't want Maya to get hurt, so I told her to stay behind and keep watch, which she reluctantly agreed to. I built up to the fortress and started looking around. Suddenly, something hit me, and my hearts were now black. I realized it was a wither skeleton protecting the fortress. More wither skeletons appeared, and my health was decreasing fast. Luckily though, with the help of my diamond sword, I was able to get through all of them. Phew. That was close. I headed deeper into the fortress, and it felt like it was getting more and more menacing as it went along. I turned a corner and eventually saw them. The blazes. They were guarding a chest. That's where the weapon must be. I was going to have to fight all of them to get to the weapon. I have to do this for my dad, for the kingdom. Wrong. I am the Lion Prince, and I'm destined to be king. I don't want to fight, so if you want to hand over whatever's in that chest, I'll be making my way. The blazes began throwing their fireballs at me, and I was lit on fire. Die, fire beast! Take that, and that! My health was getting super low, and the next thing I knew, Maya was fighting alongside me. With her help, we were able to take out the rest of the blazes, and the chest was now unguarded. I was excited to see what weapon was hiding inside the chest. I opened it to find the Lion's Roar. Each attack lights its victims with flames of the mighty blaze. Wow, this is awesome. With the weapon in hand, we followed our steps back towards the portal. It was exactly where we had left it. On days 85 through 89, we had returned to the overworld and we really had to get our rest. We returned to my house where the foxes and lions were waiting. I told them about the weapon, and then I had to get some much needed shut-eye. The next day, I remembered the enchanted books I had and I began adding them to my armor. I felt unstoppable now. I continued working on the statue I had started so many days before. Finally, I finished it, and it looked great. A lion statue in memory of my father. Everyone gathered around to pay their respects. He was a great man, or lion, whatever. We realized we were still lacking in the army department that Rami had told us to gather. We had some foxes and some lions, but we agreed we needed more help. I then remembered the platypus I had helped earlier, and he did mention that he owed me one. Maybe he could help us. For days 90 through 94, we headed back to the river where I first met Mr. Platypus. When we arrived, he was nowhere to be seen. I began to give up, disappointed, but when I turned around, there he was.
Hi again.
Hey, Mr. Platypus, I was wondering if you could help me. I need to build an army to fight the evil Lion King and take back the throne.
Yes, I could do that for you. I know a few who might want to join the fight.
Where can we meet them?
The edge of the desert.
Sounds perfect to me. See you tomorrow at dawn. Mai and I headed back home, confident as ever that this plan was going to succeed. We prepared ourselves for the morning and went to sleep. On days 95 through 98, we got up and left the next day. Maya and the foxes and I began our journey to the edge of the desert. When I arrived, I was shocked to find tigers, elephants, and even kangaroos. Whoa, you've pulled together so many animals.
Just a few contacts I have. They all don't want Fang being the Lion King. Think you should do some big inspirational speech to get them prepared.
Ooh, good idea. Mammals, reptiles, and birds. It has nearly been 100 days since my father was killed by the evil king. For nearly 100 days, he's ruled over our lands. This land isn't his, but ours. Friends, it's time to fight for what's right. Everyone was cheering. I felt confidence flowing through me. On day 99, all of the animals and I began our journey to find the evil Lion King. And in order to help us win this battle, be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. We continued walking through the hot and dry desert, and eventually we found the lion's new kingdom, and we began making our way inside. There he was! We won't let you ruin our home. I'm gonna give you a chance now to back down, peacefully.
You think you can stop me? Hilarious. It's time to die, boy. Just like your father. Accept your death, Pipsqueak.
His followers began attacking my army, and we were outnumbered, but we weren't going to back down. Unfortunately, many of the animals of my army fell in battle, but we had also killed most of Fang's followers. Fang then stepped forward.
These are my lands.
You will pay for what you did. He began charging at me, but I didn't panic. I remembered what Rami had taught me, and it almost felt like he was here. Wait, Rami? What are you doing here?
I couldn't let you fight the battle alone. Just remember everything I taught you. Your father would be so proud.
Those words were all I needed, and I leaped towards Fang. I began using the lion's roar against him. Maya began attacking Fang as well.
No.
I struck him once more with my sword, and he died. He is dead. The war is over. Everyone gathered around, and there was a unanimous vote. I was to be made king of the land.